I need your help. I told my sister-in-law she need to help me to do the vlog today.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, hey guys, how is everyone out there? My name is Sarah
Hey.
Buyucan, and I have here my sister-in-law again. It's just an impromptu vlog. I don't have even a copy here, but I'm going to share with you about like the one of the biggest mistake in my sister-in-law application under the home child care pilot program. Okay, this is under the caregiver or nanny jobs here in Canada. She's like only 2 weeks now in Calgary. Okay, and I love to share with you guys about her experience, her applications, especially for caregiver nanny jobs here in Canada. Is because some of you guys aspirant out there are still applying for this job. Okay, so it's a lesson, like whatever mistake we did to her application, I don't want you to be the same. Okay, guys? So this is the purpose why I want to share this information to you. First of all, guys, I have a questions here from Renee Rogers. Okay, good morning. Is the caregiver or nanny open for individual in the Caribbean? Okay, so this caregiver program, guys, here in Canada is not just only for Filipinos. Okay, so if I were you, whatever country you are in Africa, India, Caribbean, Central America, try to apply this program. Like you know, Canada immigration is not just only hiring for Filipinos. Okay, it just so happened that we are so popular Filipinos. You know, popular for nannies and caregivers. And why, my sister-in-law, we are the same, like fat face. We are sister-in-law, right? So anyway, guys, for this application, for the caregiver, guys, it's not just only for Filipinos. It's because we Filipinos are so popular about the nannies, like international nannies, caregivers all over the world. That's why we are so updated about the jobs here in Canada, especially those nannies. Okay, so if I were you now, you guys have the ideas about my vlog about like caregiver and nanny job, because this is the pathway for you to become a permanent resident in Canada, guys. Okay, one of the subscriber also commenting in the comment section said like, why you guys so obsessed to become a permanent resident here in Canada? Well, you know what, for us, we want to become a permanent resident, so it doesn't make sense if we come to work here and then we just go home in our country. Yes, but why don't we just become a permanent resident and become a Canadian in this country? Because Canada is a multicultural country anyway. So one of the mistake that we did in my sister-in-law application is we didn't included my brother and the family accompanying her to come in Canada. Okay, because in this application, guys, it's either you come as a family together, all together, or your family will stay behind and they will come later. Okay, the reason I want to share this mistake in my sister-in-law application is because, like, you know, something to learn. Okay, especially if you are one of the aspirant who wants to apply to this program, then at least it's up to you to decide. Okay, because first of all, before we submitted the application of my sister-in-law, in my thought, like okay, the application is because money is the problem for me. Okay, I'm helping them financially to do all the processing here in Canada, right? So of course money is like involved, and I told the people who helped me to do the processing, I said, okay, I want my sister-in-law to come here in Canada first, but in my mind is the application, we have to pay everything, whatever fees they need. So in my thought is like, the family of my sister-in-law, they will get all their visas, but my sister-in-law is going to come first in Canada to work for at least 2-3 months to help me financially. By the time she work here in Canada, then at least she save a little bit of money to help me to buy the ticket of her family to come in Canada. But then at least while they are waiting to come here in Canada, they already have their visa in Philippines. Okay, but the mistake is we didn't pay the how do you call this one? Work permit,
The
study permit, and then the open permit. Okay, so if you, in this application, guys, if you have children 18 years above and you included them in your application to come here in Canada, you have to pay the open work permit, visa, study permit,
permit.
and what
Work
other one?
permit.
Work permit. Okay, because once they are 18 years old, they can able to work here in Canada. At the same time, if they are grade 11 or grade 12, they can still go to school. If your children is like kindergarten to grade 12, they are free to study in Canada. Okay, so what happened, guys, in my sister-in-law, we didn't pay that fees, okay, because what I said during the processing of their application is like, let my sister-in-law come first, and we didn't discuss, like, so that's why it's very important, guys. If you do any application, and you have a consultant, you have an agency, you have to talk, okay? Don't just rely on your agencies or your consultant. Sometimes you need to read the immigration application too, okay? Because for me, I didn't really read, okay? I just rely for everything because I have my agency, I have my consultant who is going to do all the paperwork, and for me, I trust, which is good. They did a very awesome job for my sister-in-law application. They are good, but that's the biggest mistake. Like, we didn't pay the work permit and the study permit and the open permit, okay? So if I were you guys, if you have a plan to come in Canada and you want to be with your family together, then you have to pay those fees, okay? And during your application, you need to say accompanying, because what I said to the people who helped me, I told them like non-accompanied, accompany. So, mean to say, you come first, and then later your husband, your children will come later.
Yes.
But they don't have visa. We need to reapply their work permit
as
and everything.
dependent.
And I have to pay another fees. Oh my goodness sake, guys. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Next time, guys, I have to make a separate video how much money I spent, how much money we paid for this application. Okay, because I know you guys like me to share that number, okay? But yeah, so that's what we did, right?
Yes.
So what else?
So that's it. We submit another application
We submit
again, and another time again to wait.
to wait.
But now we are going to submit again.
Yeah, so
Proof of medical, like that, the IMM 5669.
oh,
family-
so you're
another, yes.
okay, yeah, that's
Another
true. So
application.
So now what we did, guys, is when my sister-in-law received her visa to come in Canada, then that's the time we submit my brother and the children application for a work permit and open work permit to come in Canada. And as she said, you have to attach all the information of the application that they submitted during their first application to come in Canada.
The proof of medical exam of all family.
And then the biometrics.
The biometrics.
And what else?
The soft copy of photos. And the principal passport and visa.
Okay.
That's it.
My gosh. So it's look like, and then you have to wait another, like, we submitted another application again, and until now we don't know when is the immigration is going to approve their visa to come here in Canada. So the only thing is, if you are not financially ready for this and you want to come first, like my sister-in-law, you don't have that much money to start here, because of course, if you come together as a family, and what if your employer is not your sister or your uncle or your relatives? What if, like, some other people? You don't expect your employer to provide everything for you at first. For the first month, you're going to survive in Canada. So it makes sense. Like, you need to have money to start. And you don't expect your husband, let's say she have a job already because she have an employer upon arrival in Canada, right? But how about your family? They are open visa, and of course they have to start to look for a job. So that's why you need to have money upon arrival in Canada for at least to survive for the first 2 months, okay? But then, my sister-in-law is live with us for the meantime, working here in my home, take care of my kids, and like while waiting my brother in Philippines and her children, which is okay. But the thing is, if you really want to be with your family all together, you have to include in your application, okay? Especially if you are not get used to be far away each other and you don't want to be like, you always want to be with your family. you have to include that in your application, and you will be survived. There's always a job here, especially if your spouse is open work permit, your children. There's always a job here in Canada, okay? So that's why I told my sister-in-law, let's just share one of, and I consider it's a big mistake, because the reason why I said it's a big mistake, because we need to pay another for the application. And if
Another
some of my
time.
friend here, their family already here under this work permit, under this caregiver program, when they pay their consultant, they pay at once, you know, and then they don't have to pay another, like, you know. But for me, I have to, like, I already paid the people who helped me for their application at first, and now we need to apply for my brother work permit, open permit, and then another payment. Oh my God, it's too much, guys. Okay, that's why I told you guys, like, you know, do your own research and do your reading, and sometimes you need to talk to your agencies. So please do your own research also. Doesn't matter, you have your own consultant who is helping you. You do your own research and do some reading, guys. Okay, and if you have any questions, just call and ask your consultant who is helping you, because you are paying them. So you have the right to ask the questions, okay? So that's my mistake. That's why I said, yeah, I'm gonna share. And what else? We just what else we did? So we don't know when is the application of her family, and I think she missed her family.
We are waiting. We are waiting for their visa.
I think she missed her family in back home, and the back home family miss her too, because it's their first time to be like separate each other, and she never have experience to go in other countries. That's her first time to go abroad and in Canada. So that's their first time and everything. So I can see in her first 2 weeks here in Canada, I know it's hard for them. And but you know, God is good, Annabelle. You know, everything is going to be okay. So, and I believe so. And can you imagine some other people, they left their family, they stay in Saudi Arabia, in Taiwan, Korea, Hong Kong for us Filipinos, you know, mostly they go to work, and their family left alone for 2 years because they have a contract like 2-3 years, and they sacrifice. Everything is sacrifice. So I hope your family will listen what I'm saying, so they will learn something, okay, guys? So not just for my brother family, but for everyone out there who have a family left behind in their back home. Like, you know, your parents, your mom and dad left in Philippines, go to abroad to work for you guys, you know, sending money in Philippines. Oh my goodness sake. I think that's all, guys, and thank you guys for watching, and thank you again to my sister-in-law. She's doing good in Canada, you know. I hope you're doing good.
Thanks God, and just be patient.